King Charles and Princess Diana, two prominent figures in the British monarchy, captivated the world with their tumultuous relationship and once-shaking divorce. As members of the famous House of Windsor, their union is like a fairy tale come true, but beneath their royal splendor lies a web of secrets, scandals and heartache complicated. Let's learn about 20 secrets in the divorce of King Charles and Princess Diana that you never knew now. 1. Diana called her wedding day the worst day of her life. The wedding of Prince Charles and Princess Diana etched itself into the annals of history. On July 29, 1981, Diana Spencer donned an opulent taffeta gown, adorned with an astonishing 25-foot-long train. She gracefully walked down the aisle of St. Paul's Cathedral, captivating the attention of 3,500 guests and an astounding 750 million television viewers. At the end of that momentous day, she would ascend to the status of princess, and the world believed they were witnessing the pinnacle of a romantic fairy tale. However, the reality that followed shattered those illusions and transformed Diana's perception of her wedding day into her personal worst nightmare. In the years to come, Diana would openly express her disillusionment, confiding that her wedding day was, in her own words, the most devastating experience of her life. She likened herself to a slaughtered sheep, vividly portraying the profound emotional toll she endured. The cracks in Charles and Diana's relationship began to widen rapidly, and the tabloid media of the time fixed on the unraveling of their strained union. Finally, in 1992, the couple officially separated, marking a definitive end to their tumultuous journey together. It was during this period that the world witnessed the release of the fourth season of Netflix's captivating series, The Crown, which introduced a new generation to the heart-wrenching and intricately complex tale of Charles and Diana. While the show incorporated fictional elements, it offered valuable insights into the dynamics of a profoundly dysfunctional marriage, shedding light on the circumstances that led to the eventual divorce of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. It is through this lens of historical data and emotional resonance that we can finally gain a clearer understanding of why these two individuals, bound by the vows of marriage, ultimately chose separate paths. 2. The marriage is quick. The marriage between Prince Charles and Princess Diana was imagined by everyone as a fairy tale romance, at least in the public eye. During that time, Diana believed she loved Charles deeply, describing him to biographer Andrew Morton as the object of her unwavering adoration. She considers herself the luckiest girl alive, unable to take her eyes off her future husband. However, the hard truth is that Charles and Diana were essentially strangers when they got married. In fact, they only met a few times before their wedding day. Diana herself revealed in a personal tape recording with her voice coach Peter Settelen in 1992 that they only met 13 times before becoming husband and wife. Furthermore, these encounters are rarely intimate moments, as they rarely find themselves alone together. According to royal biographer Penny Junor, their level of acquaintance was very low, saying that they barely knew each other. Although Diana may have believed deeply in her infatuation at the time they were married, it is clear that Charles did not reciprocate that sentiment. When asked directly if they were in love, Charles famously responded with the enigmatic reply, "Love means whatever." 3. Age difference is one reason. At the time of their wedding, there was a significant age gap between Prince Charles, 32, and Princess Diana, just 20, who was proposed at the age of 19. More than a decade has kept them apart, and as time goes on, the consequences of this age difference begin to manifest as serious challenges in their marriage. Diana's youth in particular is a notable factor, contributing to her struggles. 4. Diana was still very innocent before entering the royal life. Princess Diana, being so young, lacked the life experience and preparedness necessary for the immense changes that accompanied her entrance into royalty. Royal expert Penny Junor described her as little more than a child upon her arrival, completely unprepared for the complex life that lay ahead, struggling to comprehend its intricacies. Naive and romantic, she lacked the knowledge and understanding of the realities of life, work, and relationships. While Diana initially envisioned a real-life fairy tale as she walked down the aisle of St. Paul's Church, the weight of the royal machinery quickly became apparent, leaving her feeling as if her own personality had been overshadowed. The reality of being a royal was far different from her expectations. In an interview with E! News, Diana Diana expressed how she felt her identity had been stripped away, consumed by the relentless demands of the royal establishment. However, her distress wasn't solely tied to the responsibilities of joining the royal family, but also to the overwhelming media attention that accompanied her new role. In a candid interview with PBS Frontline in 1995, Diana revealed that the constant scrutiny from the media had an isolating effect on her. The relentless pressure exerted by the public eye and the intrusion into her personal life gradually took its toll. It was within this context that her divorce from Prince Charles began to take shape, with the overwhelming external pressures contributing significantly to the dissolution of their marriage. 5. Jealous of popularity. In her journey alongside Prince Charles, Princess Diana underwent an extraordinary transformation, emerging as one of the most renowned and beloved members of the royal family in history. The phenomenon of D-mania swept through the nation and even reached far beyond its borders. Ingrid Seward, the esteemed editor of Majesty magazine, described Diana's reputation as nothing short of extraordinary, surpassing anything ever experienced by the royal family before. By the end of her tenure, Diana had earned the title of the Princess of the People. As she revealed in a poignant 1995 interview with the BBC's Martin Bashir, whenever she and Charles embarked on public tours, the crowds would erupt in ecstatic screams, yearning for a glimpse of her radiant presence. Diana's words conveyed the impact she had on people's lives, as she highlighted that her husband, Charles, a proud man, might have relished the attention if it were directed towards him instead. However, Charles struggled to reciprocate the public's adoration, often making it challenging for Diana to receive any public affection. The immense media attention surrounding their relationship brought forth envy and complicated dynamics that influenced their journey as a couple. Undoubtedly, the overwhelming public fascination with Diana contributed to various intricate situations that unfolded, eventually leading to their eventual divorce. 6. Princess Diana struggles with mental illness. Princess Diana's arduous battle with mental illness played a significant role in the unraveling of her marriage to Prince Charles. Throughout her time alongside Charles, Diana grappled with bulimia, depression, and anxiety, which took a toll on her overall well-being. In a candid revelation during interviews for Andrew Morton's biography, she attributed her eating disorder to being a symptom of the underlying issues within their marriage. Diana recalled that the onset of bulimia occurred just a week after their engagement, triggered by Charles commenting on their weight with a touch on her waist. This seemingly innocuous remark set off a chain reaction within her. As their marriage progressed, Diana's mental health rapidly deteriorated. She disclosed her anguish, admitting that she had reached a point where she contemplated self-harm. Seeking treatment became imperative, prompting her to return to London in search of support. Diana consulted numerous psychiatrists, who prescribed her high doses of medication. However, she recognized that time, patience, and adaptability were the essential ingredients for healing. Despite her struggles, Diana remained resilient, striving to navigate the complexities of her mental health journey. Charles, unfortunately, struggled to comprehend and empathize with Diana's emotional outbursts stemming from her mental illness. According to the Daily Mail, he grappled to grasp the depths of her pain and attempted to seek understanding. The toll of witnessing Diana's affliction left such a profound impact on Charles that he sought therapy for 14 years to address his own trauma. 7. Prince Charles never forgot his love for Camilla. Marriages often struggle to find success when one party's heart lies elsewhere, regardless of their royal status. Prince Charles' early relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles in the 1970s stands as a poignant example. Journalist Jonathan Dimbleby described how Charles swiftly fell in love with Camilla, a connection that proved difficult to sever. However, in 1973, Camilla became engaged to Andrew Parker Bowles, which seemed to close the door on their romantic prospects. Nevertheless, Charles remained unable to completely move on from his profound feelings for Camilla. Their enduring love story eventually culminated in their marriage in 2005. Karen Mooney, a former royal family worker, disclosed to The Sun that Charles was deeply unhappy in his marriage to Princess Diana. Despite his affections for Camilla, Charles, burdened by his position as the heir to the throne, felt compelled to fulfill his duty and secure an heir. He succumbed to societal expectations, choosing to enter into a union with Diana. However, it was evident that for Charles, the marriage primarily served as a strategic alliance rather than a true love match. The weight of royal obligations and his unresolved emotions for Camilla prevented Charles from wholeheartedly providing the love and affection Diana yearned for in the early years of their marriage. This emotional void and lack of connection between them ultimately led to their divorce. 8. The Queen urged them to divorce. In 1995, an important turning point in Princess Diana's marriage came when Queen Elizabeth II composed a letter urging her to pursue a divorce. During her candid Panorama interview, Diana openly discussed the topic, expressing her desire for clarity regarding their situation, which had been widely discussed over the past 3 years. She conveyed her willingness to wait for a decision. However, it was ultimately the Queen who held the power to make the final call. On December 20, Diana received a heartfelt letter from the Queen, as documented in Brown's biography. The letter, beginning with the words "Dearest Diana," implored her to consider agreeing to an early divorce from Charles in the best interest of the country. It was signed "Love from a Mother." The Queen made it clear that she had consulted with the Archbishop of Canterbury and the Prime Minister, both of whom agreed that a divorce was the necessary course of action. According to Brown, the Queen's intervention relieved Charles from the burden of making the difficult decision himself, as the ultimate choice to end the marriage rested with her. 9. Charles and Camilla's insensitive phone call. The turbulent tape-recorded phone conversation between Charles and Camilla caused further upheaval. This infamous incident is set to be depicted in The Crown, and Josh O'Connor, who portrays Charles, shared his initial reaction to the role during an interview. O'Connor expressed his surprise and disbelief by posing a pointed question, exclaiming, "Do we really have phone conversations with tampons?" The phone call in question occurred in 1989 when Charles was still married to Diana, and Camilla was married to Andrew Parker Bowles. The recorded conversation, reported by the Mirror, spanned 6 minutes and revealed a flirtatious exchange between the two. Charles' intentions were laid bare as he expressed his desire to be with Camilla in an intimate manner, remarking that he wished to reside within her pants. Camilla's response, captured on the recording, indicated her approval of the idea, further adding to the complexity and emotional turmoil surrounding the situation. 10. The difference in interests and relationships causes their feelings to crack. Karen Mooney, a former member of the royal household, candidly described their mismatched personalities to The Sun. She emphasized that they lacked common ground, and as time passed, their incompatibility became increasingly apparent. Biographer Sally Bedell Smith delves into this in her book Prince Charles, where she reveals that Diana harbored a deep dislike for many of Charles' hobbies. From polo to painting, gardening to even his love for Shakespeare, Diana seemed to despise them all. She even went so far as to distance Charles from his longtime friends. In his biography Charles, The Man Who Will Be King, Howard Hodgson sheds light on the irreconcilable differences caused by Charles' love for nature. While he found solace and joy in spending time at Balmoral, Diana associated the country estate with isolation and monotony. It is no wonder that by 1986, the couple found themselves leading separate lives, ultimately leading to their divorce. 11. Diana also admitted to having an affair. Charles, in an interview with journalist Jonathan Dimbleby, proclaimed his unwavering fidelity to Diana until their relationship reached an irreparable point. They both made efforts to salvage their marriage, but unfortunately, it was doomed. The revelation of Charles' infidelity coincided with a significant moment in Diana's life when she donned a striking black dress, forever known as the revenge dress. In a moment of candor, Diana also confessed to having an affair during an interview with Martin Bashir on BBC's Panorama. She openly acknowledged her 5-year relationship with Major James Hewitt, who had recently published a book detailing their love affair. While Diana admitted her love for Hewitt, she expressed disappointment in his conduct. Additionally, Diana shed light on Charles' own infidelity, famously stating, "Well, there are 3 of us in this marriage, so it's a bit crowded." She further insinuated that Charles was unfit to assume the role of king and criticized the monarchy for losing touch. Throughout the interview, it became evident that Diana was ready to embrace a new chapter in her life. She harbored sadness over the failed marriage but refrained from holding on to resentment. Instead, Diana expressed hope for the future, not only for herself and Charles but also for the monarchy as a whole. 12. Princess Diana feels left out in the royal family. Winning the approval of a mother-in-law can be an arduous task under the best of circumstances. However, for Princess Diana, it seemed nearly impossible to truly belong within her husband's family. In fact, she often felt deeply excluded and marginalized. During her interviews with Andrew Morton, she vividly recounted a particular incident that left her feeling painfully abandoned: the christening ceremony of Prince William. Reflecting on that moment, she shared, "He was only 6 weeks old, and it was all left up to me, hence the dreadful photos." Diana went on to reveal that she had not been consulted about the timing of the event. They had chosen 11 o'clock, an inconvenient hour for a newborn. Moreover, Diana felt conspicuously absent from the photographs, missing from the endless snapshots that captured the Queen, the Dowager, Charles, and William. She perceived her role merely as that of a caregiver, providing nourishment and comfort to the baby in between photo sessions. It is no wonder that the princess began to question the sustainability of her position within the royal family. Consequently, it comes as little surprise that she ultimately sought a divorce from her husband. Diana's account sheds light on the emotional turmoil she experienced as she struggled to find her place within the royal family. The christening incident served as a poignant example of the exclusion she often felt, with her role reduced to that of a secondary figure in the public eye. 13. Diana terrified the royals. Prior to Diana Spencer's bold revelation of the royal family's secrets to the world, no member of the royal household had utilized the media or their platforms as she did. It was in 1992 that Diana collaborated with biographer Andrew Morton on the now iconic book, Diana: Her True Story, in her own words. This groundbreaking publication was revolutionary for its time and served as a testament to Diana's unfiltered honesty. Unsurprisingly, the royal family did not welcome the book's release with open arms. Diana shattered the long-standing tradition of silence within the royal ranks. The book shocked, appalled, and greatly disappointed the royal family, yet it swiftly ascended to the top of the bestseller list. During the infamous BBC interview, the Princess of Wales addressed the impact of the book and revealed that it laid the groundwork for her eventual separation from Prince Charles. She reflected on the heightened stress she endured following its release. By sharing her story, Diana exhibited great courage and a determination to be heard. She understood the power of her voice and the potential to effect change by revealing the truth. While her actions may have provoked controversy within the royal family, they resonated with the public, and her candid account garnered widespread support and empathy. Diana's decision to release the book was a pivotal moment in her life and in the history of the royal family. It challenged the traditional expectations placed upon a member of the monarchy and empowered others to speak their truth. Diana's courage and resilience in sharing her experiences served as an inspiration to many, encouraging open conversations about mental health, personal struggles, and the need for transparency even within the most revered institutions. 14. Their relationship improved after the divorce. Although the divorce marked the end of their romantic union, it is heartening to see that Charles and Diana were able to find common ground and establish a more harmonious connection in their post-marriage lives. Charles frequently visits his former spouse and engages in conversations about their shared children, Prince William and Prince Harry. In Tina Brown's book, The Diana Chronicles, she notes that the relationship between Charles and Diana definitely cooled down in the aftermath of their divorce. While the specifics of their interactions may have changed, it is evident that a certain level of peace and tranquility settled between them. 15. Prince William and Harry split their time between their parents. As part of their upbringing, both princes attended Ludgrove boarding school, but their lives were filled with turmoil that culminated in the official announcement of their parents' separation in December 1992. The impact of this announcement was evident in the reactions of the young princes. Harry appeared bewildered and almost indifferent, while William couldn't hold back his tears. In a vulnerable moment, William expressed his emotions to his mother, saying, "I hope you both are happy now." It is clear that the split took a toll on the young princes, and they longed for a sense of stability and unity within their family. They desired more quality time with both of their parents, especially during periods when Diana immersed herself in the company of new celebrity friends, such as Elton John and Jemima Khan, and even lived in Pakistan. William shared his perspective on this challenging period in the ITV documentary, Diana, Our Mother, saying, "There was a time when our parents broke up, and the two of us were shuttled between them. We never got to see enough of our mother, and we rarely had the chance to be together as a family." Despite the difficulties, there are poignant reminders of happier moments amidst the turmoil. One such example is the iconic photographs of Diana, elegantly dressed in a simple attire, enjoying a day at Thorpe Park with her beloved sons in 1993. 16. Did Diana retain the title of Her Royal Highness? Following the divorce, the retention of Diana's title as Her Royal Highness became a subject of debate. In 1994, after a string of tabloid revelations surrounding her marriage, Prince Philip requested a meeting with Diana, as recounted in Brown's book. During their conversation, Prince Philip reportedly warned her, saying, "If you don't behave, my girl, we will strip you of your title." Diana responded with a long, icy gaze and asserted the historical significance of her title, stating, "My title is much older than yours, Philip," referring to her heritage as the daughter of Earl Spencer. Eventually, as Diana entered public life, she had to relinquish her HRH, Her Royal Highness, title. She would henceforth be known simply as Diana, Princess of Wales. It was a difficult decision for her, as it symbolized a loss of status and recognition. However, according to Diana's son, William, there was a promise made to restore the title to her someday. 17. Tragedy for Diana after the divorce. After a grueling legal battle, the lawyers finally reached an agreement on the terms of the highly publicized divorce in August 1996. As part of the settlement, Diana was granted a lump sum payment of £17 million, accompanied by an annual allowance of £400,000. Despite the loss of her HRH title, Diana remained connected to the royal realm and retaining her right to reside at Kensington Palace. However, she made a significant decision after the divorce that resonated deeply when tragedy struck. One noteworthy choice Diana made was her refusal to retain her royal security details following the dissolution of her marriage. This decision reflects her desire to embrace a more independent and private life. It demonstrated her determination to carve out her own path beyond the confines of royal protocols and protection. Tragically, the decision to forego royal security would have far-reaching consequences. It is a haunting reminder that Diana's life was cut short, leading to widespread grief and a collective sense of loss. Her untimely death magnified the significance of her choice, highlighting the vulnerability she faced without the protective measures that might have been in place had she retained her royal security. 18. Diana is strong and decisive after the divorce. Shortly after finalizing the divorce papers in August 1996, Diana was spotted adorning a diamond and sapphire wedding and engagement ring. This sight stirred emotions around the world, evoking memories not only of the sorrowful dissolution of their marriage that morning at Somerset House but also of the jubilant day of vows exchanged at St. Paul's Cathedral 15 years earlier. The symbolism of Diana continuing to wear the diamond and sapphire ring after the divorce holds profound significance. It serves as a poignant reminder of the complex tapestry of emotions woven into their relationship, a juxtaposition of love and happiness, alongside the pain and eventual separation they experienced. However, in the aftermath of the divorce, Diana made a personal choice that reflected her desire for independence and self-expression. She decided to exchange her renowned sapphire engagement ring for a turquoise one, a piece she purchased herself. This deliberate act showcased her determination to forge a new path, distinct from the past, and embrace her own identity. 19. Daughter-in-law wears the ring in memory of her. In a poignant tribute to Princess Diana, years later, during her wedding to Prince Harry, Meghan Markle graced her finger with Diana's exquisite aquamarine ring. The sight of this cherished heirloom evoked a profound emotional connection, symbolizing the enduring presence and influence of Diana's spirit on this joyous occasion. Similarly, Kate Middleton, the wife of Prince William, adorned herself with Diana's illustrious sapphire engagement ring during their wedding ceremony. This symbolic gesture not only honored Diana's memory but also celebrated the continuation of her legacy within the royal family. 20. Charles returns to his millennial love right after being freed from Diana. As revealed by Brown's insightful biography, those intimately acquainted with the lives of Prince Charles and Princess Diana firmly believed that their marriage could have persevered if not for one decisive factor: Camilla, Charles' long-standing love. Remarkably, Camilla gradually emerged as a more prominent figure in Charles' life during their separation, her growing influence facilitated in part by the publication of Morton's revealing book. Diana herself, in retrospect, came to realize that her inadvertent involvement in introducing Camilla to Morton inadvertently bolstered her rival's position. Following the publication of Dimbleby's book on Charles in 1994, the book delved into his relationship with Camilla. The big moment came when Camilla and her husband, Andrew Parker Bowles, finalized their divorce proceedings that same year. Charles then went public with their relationship and they married in 2005. How do you feel, after knowing 20 secrets in the divorce of King Charles and Princess Diana that you never knew? Please comment below, like and subscribe to support the channel. It's great that you're here. Thanks for watching.